Welcome to Tip of the Morning. We are going to talk about pushing poses. Copying the pose or copying the model could be wonderful, especially with life drawing and things like that. But when we're talking about pushing a story or pushing narrative, we want to use drawing tools, right, that are at our disposal to really push idea. One thing I love about going out and drawing in the wild or working in an environment like this, we have opportunity to really observe actions and attitudes and life and try to get that to read on our page, even if you're doing CG stuff. A few examples of that. The drawing on the left there is just a straight up copying of that pose, right? Of the drawing I did in class, I really pushed that idea. Like I thrusted her rear end backwards, I straightened out that leg just to kind of give that feeling of motion. So much of what I've used in this pose was like opposite forces, push and pull, face and her neck forward. Added a little bit more of a straight to her arm, but it was a great pose and I really used our model as a reference, as an inspiration. So here's a few more. It's like Crazy Uncle at 4th of July. And this is just him doing a really simple thing of putting on an apron to start barbecuing. And so he's kind of a wacky personality, and I want us to push my pose a little bit, just to push that action. How would a crazy uncle do this? And Ralph's idea was great, I loved it, but it's up to me as an artist, right, to make that read and to really push or communicate this idea to the audience. Arched back, you can see the arms are out further. I tried to bring the strings out into the silhouette area, so that really read. Let's see, what else we got here? This is a great pose already that Ralph did. It was really fun. He was throwing a firecracker. And all I did, really, is I just pushed it a little bit. I liked what he did there. I really wanted to get that action, like he was throwing something. So I really leaned him forward more. Because the way Ralph is kind of perfectly balanced, and so it could be a dance move that he's in, or it could be something like that, more stationary looking. So I wanted to push it a little further. I straightened out that back leg to get that animation kind of feeling of woof, that stretch, Had him lean forward, so I had to bend that front leg. So just pushing things around, like trying to challenge myself a little bit. This was an idea. He had burned his hand, I think. I think that was the storyline. And he was sticking it in the cooler, and he's kind of like, ah. You can also push things in subtle ways. I wanted to get his expression in there, so I lifted up his head like, ugh. He was kind of looking straight forward, not really connecting with the cooler, maybe he was grabbing something or doing what I thought to do to try to give him like, that relief kind of expression on his face. So it's up to us, like which direction do you want to go in on a pose, and what body language, things like that will really help push your narrative, okay? That's your tip of the morning. Let's get into it, shall we?